Hello everybody, my name is BearCozy, and today what I want to look at is actually Ciara. We're going to do a showcase of Ciara, so if you have not gotten your Ciara just yet, there's still a little bit over a week left in the Magic Pass, and we're going to go through, we're going to highlight her, look at all her skills, and see just how good she is. So, if you don't know me, I want to welcome you. My name is BearCozy. I've strived to make not only entertaining, but also educational videos. I like to make account progress videos, and I like to have a good time because for me, the fun is in progression, and I play the game to have a good time. So what I wanted to talk about was just how good Ciara is. We're going to go through her kit. We're going to jump in and look at her things. Let's go ahead and jump right into Arena. I am in, where am I? I'm in Plat. Did it reset? No, it didn't reset. That was kind of strange. Today's Monday. Oh, it just reset. Okay. I did play some last night, but today is Monday, so it just reset for me. The enemy team has a Ciara as well. So let's go ahead and throw Ciara in here. I'm going to take Lunar Mel out. I'm going to put Ciara in. This will most likely be over with Nathalia, but let's go ahead and pull Nathalia out. Maybe what we can do is we'll just use Ciara and Zatlux, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Lunar Mel in there just in case for the AoE taunts so the enemy team doesn't kill us, which they should not. So here's what we're going to do. The arena just reset. I'm back down to gold, but I want to show you just how good Ciara is. Now, there are two ways to get Ciara right now. There are three. The third one involves pulling shards. I won't even mention that one. But right now, there are two ways to get Ciara. One, of course, is from the Hard Void Tower. You have to complete Hard Void Tower. The other one, which is the much easier version, is actually by getting yourself the Magic Pass, and you get yourself a guaranteed Ciara, which is absolutely amazing. So if you have not got yours, there's still time. I'm going to go in with Zatlux, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do enough damage for Ciara's ultimate to proc, or her passive, I should say, to proc. Of course, Zatlux is going to almost kill everybody. There goes Ciara. Her passive procs, and she finishes off Brand. So one of the nice things about Ciara, she's actually not the main damage dealer. I have not used her as a main damage dealer, but she's actually pretty good. Let's pick a tankier team. What I want to do is I want to pull Zatlux out, and then maybe what we can do is we can put Nathalia in. Nathalia should do the bulk of the damage here, and then Ciara is going to proc her passive, and we're going to go over that in a little bit. Her passive is actually really, really good. Whenever an enemy hero goes down below 50%, Ciara's passive procs, and she actually AoEs everybody. So I'm going to go through the paces. I usually like to bring Lunar Mel. I like to do my taunt, right? Her AoE is an AoE taunt. Taunts everybody, locks out all of their skills, and then I'm safe. So right now I'm going to use Nathalia. She may or may not kill everybody. If she does not, we're going to use Ciara. There it goes. There's the passive that procs. And I wanted to pick a tankier team, so Nathalia didn't kill everybody. And then, of course, on her passive, Dark Spread is really, really nice. When enemy's health is under 50%, she deals 100% damage to all enemies, can only be triggered once every 2 rounds, and that works really, really well. I'll go over her gear in a minute. Let's go ahead and finish off. Let's go use her ultimate. Her ultimate is actually very nice. It expends all Vengeful Spirits and deals 200% damage to an enemy. This attack deals plus 20% damage bonus per Vengeful Spirit expended. And of course, you can see Vengeful Spirit gives her plus 5% attack, and that is stackable. Now, every time an enemy dies, she gets Vengeful Spirit. And she doesn't have any traits activated right now. No Ascensions, but as you can see, she did pretty good there. 5k, I've seen her do a lot more, especially when she AoEs. But she's actually really, really good. Let's go ahead and, actually, we don't even need to refresh Nathalia. I don't think we need to refresh anybody here. But I think what we're going to do is we're just going to go through the paces. We're going to use Nathalia. Maybe I should have refreshed Nathalia. I thought she got a kill. Maybe she didn't. But Ciara's very, very good. Her ultimate actually works out really nice. And then on her basic, the enemy actually takes a lot more damage on her basic as well. I believe she applies another 30% damage on her basic, and it works out fantastic. If he's still left alive, which he got deflected. So on Ciara's basic is called Dark Shreds, applies a focus boost on herself, then deals 100% damage to one enemy and applies increased damage taken. And that works out really nice to actually, this guy actually has really high resistance. He resisted it, but nonetheless, it still works out really well. The team is dead. This is gold. It just reset. It literally just reset. I have not played before. Now, I'm recording this video for tomorrow, so this will be out tomorrow. It just reset for me. I have not played since. This is the first time I'm seeing it, but I wanted to showcase Ciara because Ciara is amazing. I do have Ciara in an Averice set. So if we look at her, she's actually very, very good. And I'll talk a little bit more about her. She does have 2 ascensions. Excuse me. I said she did not have any. She does have 2 ascensions. One of them I got lucky and I pulled 1 copy. The second copy just came from the Magic Pass and I just ascended her trait. Now her trait grants her 1 Vengeful Spirit level 2 and it maxes out at 6 stacks upon defeating an enemy, so up to 6 enemies, right? So if we look at her right now, if we look at her gear, she is in an Averice set, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. There's still a lot of room for improvement here. I can still get a lot more damage out of her. But let's go look at her abilities. Now, she is very, very good because her trait is called Soul Stealer. Grants 1 Vengeful Spirit, maximum 6 stacks, and that is, of course, with the Ascension, which is on her A2. Upon defeating an enemy, when an enemy dies, she gains Vengeful Spirit, and that, of course, gives her plus 8% attack, which is awesome, and it is stackable up to 6 times. Her basic applies focused, as I've mentioned, on herself, deals 100% damage to 1 enemy, and applies increased damage taken for 1 turn. So ideally, you want her going first. Mine doesn't go first. Mine goes a little bit slower than the rest of the team. Because I put her in an Averice set, I could probably fix that with some boots. Right now, I don't think I have speed Averice boots, so I might have to play around with this and figure out what I can do here. But if we go back to her skills, her passive I've already talked about. When the enemy is under 50%, it deals 100% damage to all enemies, and it's essentially a free nuke, right? It can be triggered every 2 rounds, and it is essentially a free nuke, and that is why she's very, very good. Not to mention, she looks amazing. And then her ultimate, once she stacks all her Vengeful Spirit stacks, or as many as you can, it expends Vengeful Spirit and deals 200% damage to an enemy. Then this attack deals plus 20% bonus damage per Vengeful Spirit expended. So the idea is to get as many enemies killed as you can and then have her go last. And the reason why I have her going slower, right, she's almost last, I believe she is last right now, is because I'm not using her basic, I'm using her passive as an extra nuke. It's almost like an extra nuke that you don't even need her turn to go, right? You don't need her to go because it procs automatically. It's her passive. So you get a main damage dealer, somebody who does a lot of damage. Boom, they do a bunch of damage. Take at least 1 enemy down below 50%. And then Ciara's passive procs and does a whole bunch more damage. And then at the end, she comes in with her ultimate, expends the Vengeful Spirits, and cleans everybody up. And she's actually really, really good in Adventure as well. I use her to farm Adventure, and she's actually pretty good. So if we go through, let me go ahead and put her in. I don't think she's in here. I was experimenting with Arendelle and Tanua. I like the combination of those two. But Ciara works really, really good. I'll put Zatlix in here. I might put Opal in here. Let's go ahead and put Zatlix in here. We're going to jump right into it. So jumping into 9-1 Mythic with Ciara. As you see, Brand puts up the buffs. Nathalia is going to nuke. Now, Zatlix is going to go. He's a little bit faster, but Ciara will proc her ultimate, and she might not even proc it here. We might have to go to a boss, but she actually gives you a free nuke as soon as somebody gets deflected and does not die. There goes Ciara. Boom, she procs, and that guy is almost dead. Very, very close. He should have actually died. I'm surprised he didn't, but I have some room to improve Ciara. So it's kind of cool bringing her along. She does bring an extra nuke there, and a lot of times it works out really, really well because you essentially get a free nuke, and then she gets her turn. There it goes again, right there, and that procs automatically. That is completely passive. And then, of course, after the passive procs, you get the extra nuke, right? You get the extra bonus attack, and then she's also in an Averice set, which makes her that much better. And then when her turn comes, she essentially gets her turn, so she can go off twice. Her damage can go off twice. And that's what makes her very, very good. And as I've mentioned, right now, the only way to get her, or I guess I should say before this month, the only way to get her is to pull her from shards or to complete Void Tower on hard. I still have not completed Void Tower on hard. For me, it is very difficult. I'm still working on gear. However, she is in the Magic Pass, as I've mentioned, and you can actually grab her from the Magic Pass. So if you have not gotten the Magic Pass, and you're on the fence, I would definitely go ahead and grab her. So there she is. Ciara is very, very good. She brings lots of added damage to the team because of her passive, and it works out really well. And here we go. If we look at the Magic Pass, I am currently on level 41. There's still over, for me, there's 9 days. By the time you see this video, it's going to be about a week, maybe a little more, maybe a little less, depending on when you see it. So if you're on the fence, go ahead and grab this Magic Pass, this month's Magic Pass. Ciara is 100% worth it. And then what you can do is, if you are behind and you don't feel like you can actually get to level 30 to claim her, go ahead and use this plus button. You can actually buy your way up. Go ahead and use this. And if you need to spend 400 or 500 diamonds, you can do that. Feel free to buy as many as you can. And for me right now, this would max me out right to 50 if I spent 450. I don't need to, but if you are feeling like you're not going to hit level 30 to get her, if you're starting, the first couple of levels go quick, so you can probably get the first 5 or 6 levels fast, and then you can just buy your way right up to 30. It'll cost you a little bit of diamonds, but at least you'll get yourself a Ciara. And if that's your first Ciara, that's going to be amazing. And if it's not, what you can actually do is you can use this as a copy. I'll send her once, and then you can actually go to the bartender, go to the arena shop, and buy yourself the Hierarchy Soul Arcana. As you could see, I did there. I buy mine every time it's up, and you can actually use that to ascend her as well and activate her trait. So what I want to do is, without further delay, let's go ahead and look at her. As I've mentioned, I have mine in an Averice set. She is in an Averice set, and I actually got this Averice set from the bartender, believe it or not. I actually did not farm any of this. Right now, I have been really unable to farm at the Averice set efficiently. I've done some of it, and it's just not very efficient for me, so I haven't been farming it. However, all of these pieces, and you can see this one actually rolled pretty good. Triple crit rate roll there. The boots are attack boots. Crit damage, crit rate, and focus. That works out nice. And I have the warrior helm with double crit rate there. Nothing too great. I have a nice 6-star Averice ring here with crit damage. It does need to go up a little bit. The rolls are not great. The speed rolls are good. Everything else is kind of a-okay. But it is a 6-star crit damage ring, and I wanted to leave it there, especially in an Averice set. Then if we look at the coat I took all the way up because it has 1 crit rate roll and 3 crit damage rolls, and that was amazing. I believe I got the crit damage first, so that's why I took it all the way up. And then if we look at the cursed necklace, that is attack percentage. I got triple crit rate there as well, and 1 roll on crit damage, so I took that up to 15 as well. Right now I still have a little bit of improvement. I can level these boots up, and then I can definitely get this ring all the way up as well. And as I've mentioned before, I got this Averice set from the bartender, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. If we go look at info, we can take a look at her detailed stats. Now, her attack is not very high. It's only 3,700. It's not super high, but her crit rate is 99%. I'm missing 1% of her crit rate, and her crit damage is actually 270, so that's not too bad. Anything over 250, in my opinion, is pretty good. Now, that is relative to your account. Some people shoot for way over 300. I have not been able to hit 300 yet. I have come close, I believe, on 2 heroes, but 270 does okay for me. It works okay, especially in an Averice set. And of course, the Averice set gives you 50% extra bonus damage when attacking over an area, and that works really well with her passive. So if we go ahead and look at the bartender, as I've mentioned, I got the Averice set from the bartender. Now, this is something that I got primarily from the gold shop. If you refresh the gold shop every once in a while, this will actually refresh, and sometimes you get some really good gear, like this 6-star guard sword. This is actually not too bad. Crit damage, I'm actually going to go ahead and buy this. It is a 6-star guard sword, and it has crit damage 7% already. So even if we get 1 roll on it, maybe we'll get 10 out of it. So that's not bad. I'll buy it, I'll hang on to it. So every once in a while, I'll go through and I'll just refresh this. Now, what I don't recommend is refreshing it many times, because it does actually scale really high. So right now I'm up to 80. I refreshed it one time extra just to show you. Typically what I do is when this resets, I'll go through the bartender, I'll buy whatever I need. I'll look for the Averice set or the guard set, like I said, as I showed here. And I only buy 6-star pieces, and then I'll refresh it once. And so this is actually everything that I got from the gold shop. And this, for me, just kind of happened. I wasn't looking for this. I wasn't pushing to get it. But I figured since it was available, just like this guard sword, I will buy it. It is a 6-star, and I'll roll it. If it rolls good, great. If it doesn't roll, that's okay. Gold is very easy to get, and I typically buy a lot with gold. So there you go. That is how I do it. Hopefully you've enjoyed this highlight of Ciara. I'm really enjoying her. I'm super, super happy with this month's Magic Pass, because that was the copy that I needed. That was my second copy to get her A2 Ascended. and that was really, really cool. The third ascension is going to be speed. I'm going to hold off on that. I don't really need her that much faster, and what I am doing is I am saving my 2 hierarchy soul arcanas to most likely put it on brand. I have made a video not too long ago, a few days ago, asking who I should ascend with the 2 Awaken Soul Arcanas, and the majority of the votes was for Brand. So in another video, we're going to go through together. I am going to ascend him together, and we're going to test out his shield and see how that holds up. That's going to do it for this video. I hope you liked the highlight of Ciara. Now you know what she can do, and if you haven't gotten yourself a Ciara, go ahead and buy the Magic Pass. Maybe splurge this one time. I think she is worth it. Do me a huge favor, hit the like and the subscribe down below. Also, leave me a nice comment. Doing those things will help my channel to grow. I read all of your comments, and as always, I thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.